Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the series of conversation to know more about social sector. Today, we have Mainak from Simple Education Foundation with us. My name is Sanjana. We will be talking about Simple Education Foundation, knowing about the story of the organization. Mainak, do you want to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Sanjana. Thank you for having me on Know the Social Sector. Yeah, I am Mainak Roy and I am the co-founder of Simple Education Foundation. We are a education non-profit based out of Delhi, but we work at this moment, we work in Uttarakhand and in Delhi, but in the past, we've also worked in Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, and Haryana. To tell you a little bit about myself, I am an engineer by training, but post my engineering, I joined the Teach for India Fellowship. And after the fellowship, I started this foundation with my co-founder, Rahul, who is also a fellow and who I met during the Teach for India Fellowship.
What does your organization do?
We see that education today is not, high quality education today is not available to everyone in the country. And since education is a fundamental right, we believe that high quality education should be available to everyone in the country. So what our organization does is we work to ensure that every child, no matter their socioeconomic background, they have access to high quality learning. And now, since close to 75 to 80% of our children, at least after the pandemic, go to government schools, hence our organization right now works with government schools or with government departments to ensure that education in these spaces in these government schools are of high quality and our children have constant access to that high quality learning so that they have a fair chance at life.
Sure. Thank you for covering a lot about the organization. Would you also like to throw a light upon what are the different programs you run?
So I'll quickly tell you a little bit about our theory of change, I think, and then come to the program, which will be. So for us, I think whenever you look at the different problems that are there in the education sector, I think everything boils down to the fundamental lack of high quality motivated educators. And whatever we do, be it curriculum, be it technology, sports, music, anything that you do, at the end of the day, everything is anchored in a high quality educator. So we believe that high quality learning happens in high quality spaces or learning spaces, which are led by high quality educators. And hence our work is entirely focused on building high quality educators. So we do that in two ways. One is we run, in partnership with the government, we run about 10 centers of excellence based in Delhi and in Uttarakhand. These are all government partnership primary schools where we work very closely with the principals and the teachers. And that is the second part of our work, which is our systems transformation or state transformation work, wherein we build really high quality educator development programs for the government so that whatever we are learning from our centers of excellence, we can scale them and we can take them to more and more educators.
Thank you for telling this in depth. It's really helpful for people and the audience who is watching this. Going towards the hiring perspective now, frequently does a Simple Education Foundation hire?
So we have one annual hiring that we do every year, February, March, but often we do have openings during the year as well. So again, some of the hiring is need-based, which happens throughout the year.
Or do you have a website or somewhere an individual can apply?
Yeah. Whenever we are hiring, you will always see that our hiring posts have a link. There is an application form, but the application form does have a space for a resume and a cover letter to be uploaded.
Sure. I would also like to know, what does the organization culture look like?
First of all, I don't think I am the best person to answer this question because I obviously have a bias towards the culture that we have. But I think some of the things that we very sort of intentionally try to build in the organization is a degree of care and empathy for everyone who's coming in, sort of looking at them as individuals, as team members, as family members. So one of our core values is that of family. So we ensure that the person who's coming in feels safe, feels welcome, feels like they can talk to people. There's a very strong culture of learning, growth, of really sort of supporting each other and being very sort of thoughtful about how do we support the team in growing in their own personal journeys.
Thank you so much. Also, I would like to know what is the SEF's stand on diversity and inclusion?
So we hire people from every different sort of corners of the social, financial spectrum and also ability spectrum. So there is no bias in hiring that way. We have also started thinking more deeply about, what do we need to have in place to hire people from more diverse backgrounds, which can be anything: social, economic, gender, ability, all of those, physical abilities, and all of those pieces. And we are also looking at, how do we ensure that, what do we need to have in place? So, for example, if we hire someone with a certain challenge, then not only sort of humanly, but also infrastructurally is our space conducive for that person. So a lot of those things are being thought about.
Totally agree. For an organization, it's a learning journey every day. Would you also like to share the starting salary of the fresher candidate?
Yeah, depending on whether you're joining us as an associate or as an assistant. For an assistant, the starting salary is around 25,000. For an associate, the starting salary is anywhere between 35 to 40 per month.
What's the retention rate?
So most of our team members have stayed with us for around 2 to 3 years. A lot of our team members who transitioned out. I recently met one of our team members at a friend's wedding. They were telling me one of the reasons I transitioned out is I don't want to be in Delhi anymore. So if you are in any other city or state, I would love to come back and work with SEF again. So that's something that we constantly hear. We have actually a fair amount of our team who is going to complete 5 years who are in their 5th year this year.
What's the employee strength in general right now?
Right now, we have around 35.
Okay. While hiring, or this is a skill, if an individual have, we will certainly look to hire that person.
Yeah, I think first thing that comes to my mind definitely when we're looking for someone is the skill of continuous learning and ownership. So when you work with the government or with any government partner, one of the key things is there will be situations which will be new, completely new, and you will not have a standard operating procedure for that situation. So we constantly look for people who can take ownership of situations like this and learn and sort of respond to these situations in the best possible manner, while keeping our ethics, our philosophy in mind and anchoring their actions in that. I think that's something that we are definitely looking for. Other thing that we are looking for is their own vision for themselves. So if someone comes and says, we want to work with SEF today so that we understand the government sector really well, and then we want to actually work with the ministry, that is great, because our missions are aligned. Versus if someone comes and says that, we want to work with SEF because I want to do my master's in public policy and then probably work for the World Bank or something like that. Although mota you can say zabardasti se ke mission alignment hai, but we feel that that's not the person we are looking for. We want people who are motivated and whose mission is to ensure that government school systems are improving. And people who are listening, if we also have we've heard these things enough to be able to say that, who is genuinely interested in doing this and who is not interested or is like have heard, this is what SEF wants to hear, and hence let's talk about this way. So I think these are two skills that definitely come to my mind. The third and most important skill that we look at is also, it's not really a skill, it's an attitude more or less, is how they will fit with the team. We are constantly looking at that, like, is this person someone I would personally be excited to work with? And that's something that is very, very important for us.
Like that solves most of the problem of the individuals who are going to apply for SEF, I guess. Also, please share your social media handles. And
all our social media handles are SEF Connect. That's SEF CONNECT, and our website is simpleeducationfoundation.org.
Thank you. A message you want to share with the young individuals or the people watching this video? Or
I think I want to talk about two things. Figure out what motivates you, and then the second thing is start from the ground. Even if you are graduating from IIT or you have some 2 years of experience in a consulting firm, still start from the ground. If you are in education, start from the classroom. If you are in health, start from a health center in a village. If you are in livelihood, start from a small SHG. So look for opportunities that will take you to the ground, give you a clearer picture, and then from there uh, start your journey.
I think makes sense, because that is what exactly um, the real learning from the ground. Thank you so much, Manik, for agreeing to knowing the social sector for this like interview.
Thank you. Thank you.